The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, says it will soon begin a nationwide stakeholders consultation on the proposed tariff review for both water and electricity. Already, President Akufo-Addo has promised electricity tariffs will see a reduction, a move that has been criticized by the minority in Parliament. Well, the PURC, in a statement, has been reminding the general public that tomorrow is the deadline for the submission of proposals on the review. We can speak to the Executive Secretary of the PURC, Mami Dufie Ofori. Hello, thank you very much for your time here on the Pulse. If you can hear me, you're asking people to bring their input.
So that they could submit it to us in our offices, our head office, or we gave them an email through which they could submit their proposal.
Okay, can you put that email up here so those who are watching us can also be active participants in this process?
We already gave it. I guess you have our
I do have your press release here, but if you could just go through it for us, we'll be grateful. Okay,
let me start looking for. I told you that.
Okay, very well. I don't have. That will be your personal email, which is mofori@purc.com.gh.
That is, they could also send it through that. But then we have the official email.
Okay, well, the official email, I must say, I haven't seen on the release at the moment. But let me also announce that we have Solomon Kote, who will also join in this discussion. He's already on the line, and so he's listening to you. But let me just announce that he's a General Secretary of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union. Sir, thank you very much for your time here on the Pulse. I'm just speaking to the PURC, and they're telling us how people can get involved in this process.
So they're expecting that we will be able to give them a tariff that can cover the operations and be able to ensure that they are viable in order to provide the quality of service we require. That's what they're expecting.
So in their proposal, are they asking for an increase or what?
Well, what we're going to do is that when we finally look through their proposal, we'll actually publish what they submitted to us. So we'll do so when we get all the information that we have. At the moment, they have submitted some proposals, but we have a kind of a format, or would I say procedure, which they should present their proposals. And in some cases, they haven't presented everything. So when they present all the data we need, we'll put it out there for the public to know what they presented and what we, in the end, decided upon.
Let's see what workers think about this. Mr. Kote, thank you very much for your time once again. Now, have you already submitted your proposals or your inputs for the review?
Well, for us in industry, one of the biggest bottlenecks for employers have been the utility tariff payment. And therefore, we will expect that as independent as we all expect the PURC to be by the act that has commissioned them. And they will give against the relief that we are looking for. We will not expect anything less than coming to say that we are going to see further reduction in the utility tariff payment. And we think we are about time to have it done that way.
What are the circumstances at the moment that makes you feel that expectations will be met?
Well, because what we experienced close to last year, most employers were agitating that if these utility tariffs will remain where they are, they might be compared to carry out something that they are possibly some closure. And this threat is very evident if you go to the textile industry. And if you don't take care, we're going to see some losses of jobs if there should be increase.
Mami Dufie, let me find out from you whether or not you can say from where you sit that the PURC can actually do an independent job, especially given that the President has spoken about this and actually announced a downward review.
First of all, as I said, I don't think I want to comment on the President's, was it announcement or pronouncement, as you call it. But if I will draw your mind to it, I think after the President spoke, the Minister of Energy has come out to indicate that it's a proposal they have submitted to the PURC. And at the end of the day, it's up to the PURC, through its mandate, to take a decision on it. So I I want to make that clear on air that the Minister of Energy himself has indicated that they have submitted a proposal to us, and then it's up to the Commission to take a decision.
To be quite frank with you, okay, right, please go ahead.
May I end?
Yes, please go ahead.
Continue. But what I would like to say is that the PURC has always been independent with regards to our processes and our procedures and our decision making. Independent doesn't mean you don't consider other people's interests. Everybody is a stakeholder, including government. So we, as a commission, are bound by our mandate to consider the interests of everybody. And we do have our procedures, we do have our processes, we do have a formula within which we work, the factors that determine, that fashion out our decision making. And that is what we are going to follow to ensure that we do come out with a very fair and objective decision.
Do you feel that you would be a bit under pressure? Now, I'm okay that you say you can't comment. You don't want to comment on the president's announcement. Of course, it's a proposal. So it's one of the proposals that have come to you. You have the VRA here. You have the Ghana Grid Company Limited here. You have Electricity Company of Ghana, Northern Electricity Distribution. A lot of people giving you proposals. And I've just spoken to Mr. Kote, who is also expecting a sort of review downwards. It seems to be something that reflects across the board, though. Does it make you feel under some sort of pressure to deliver towards that, direction?
No, we are not under pressure, I would say. No, we are not under pressure. But we are mindful of people's concerns. Okay. Like any responsible institution, we are mindful of the fact that people should be able to afford the commodity and able to even pay for it. Because if they can't afford it, they can't pay for it. As well as we are mindful of the fact that the commodity is a tool of development. So we should actually take a tariff decision that will ensure that the tariff becomes a tool for development and not a barrier to moving on. Okay,
Ms. Akote. Right, Ms. Akote, does the answers that we're getting, right, if you can hear me, do the answers we're getting from the PURC give you any sense of what to expect?
No, I think they have already compromised their independence, because here we are, the president has gone ahead to announce those proposals as approved from the PURC. If now she's telling Ghanaians, for that matter, the whole world, that they are now going to subject it for further consideration. And does it mean that the president has just gone ahead of the PURC to say reduce by 14%, by 20%, and by 22%? If she doesn't want to comment, yes, in the case, the president is saying that by the end of the month, this is the reduction we are going to see on our utility tariffs. So I think if the president has taken the lead to do the public relations for them, she should tell us that it's going to happen that way or it's not happen that way. Because we believe the president, by all means, will have gotten an authentic information to say that your proposal you have got has been accepted. Other than that, the president has declared all Ghanaians.
I'll get to Mami Dufie for a response to that. But has your organization sent your own inputs?
Yes, we have inputs, because we are linking so well with the employers to have a position.
Okay. Mami Dufie, you have a response for Mr. Kote?
Well, I didn't hear him properly. Okay. But I think, because I didn't hear him properly, but I think if he's referring to the president's announcement.
Well, I can tell you what he said. He says that the PURC has compromised its independence. Not that he's upset about that, though. He's basically saying that as far as he's concerned, the president has announced a reduction, and he believes that the president must have had some concrete information for upon which he made that announcement.
Well, as I said, I don't want to comment on the president's statement, because okay. I don't have any sort of basis upon which to either debunk what's saying or not, because okay. From our point as the regulator, I'm telling you what we do, what we go through. We are mandated to take this tariff decision. We have called for proposals. We are going to do our job as we should, and I think Ghanaians should have the confidence in us that we will do the job to the best of our ability, and we will ensure that everybody's interest is taken into account.
Okay. Do hold on for me briefly whilst I take the final words from Mr.
Okay. Thank you.
If I can hear you, I just want to excuse Mr. Kotoy so we can find out from the PURC as well what sort of information you're expecting from the Ghanaian population and when you're starting that consultative meeting.
Sorry?
Yeah, if you can hear me, I was just telling you that I wanted to excuse Mr. Kote so we can go a bit deeper into what was...
I told you that I myself have a meeting. You called me out and I said I was giving you a
very well. So let's find out from you quickly before you go. When are you starting this consultative meeting and what sort of information perhaps are you expecting so Ghanaians will be informed?
Actually, the consultative meeting is already ongoing. The whole process of getting the proposal and then actually we are having hearings from the key stakeholders. For example, ECG is coming over tomorrow to give us more insight into their presentations. And the other proposals that we received, some of them will be giving the hearing. So the consultative process has already started. It has started.
So far, what kind of information are you getting from the public?
From the public, we are getting information from proposals from the people who have submitted, as we indicated.
Those that you've indicated, okay. Yes. And
yes.
Obviously, you've already indicated earlier that you're not giving us information as to the direction of their proposals.
Mind you, let me explain something to you.
Please.
Even before this proposal, we as PURC, we have regional officers, we have a monitoring process we go around and monitoring consumer satisfaction, consumers' concerns. So we already have a database there of consumers' concerns with regards to how they expect the tariff to be and how the quality of service they would want it to be. So it's not as if we don't have already information as to what the general public or many stakeholders, especially the residential, non-residential, and even the mines and others, what their concerns are. We do have it. But as part of the process, we also want to go further and invite people to present formally to us.
Okay. So Mami, we'll say very big thanks to you, but I suppose most of the people want a reduction, just like I do.
Well, we pray that we can deal with everybody's interest and concern.
We look forward to good results from the PURC's engagements. Mohamed Dufie Ofori is Executive Secretary of the PURC, and I also spoke to Solomon Kote, General Secretary of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union. So who do we have to hear from now? You, those of you on the street, we've been talking to some of you. Here's what you think.
It's a good initiative. It's very good. I've seen some reduction in the water, but the electricity, I haven't seen anything yet.
I'm just telling you, no human being wouldn't like a reduction in tariffs. But how true it is the problem. I haven't felt it yet. Maybe it's in the pipeline, fine.
Oh, that thing is not true. It's not true at all. If you go buy the credit, how the government knows I'm a tailor? This card from this shop. So if you say you reduce the tariffs, the electricity tariffs, it's not true. Yes.
Because yes, it will help the whole nation. It's very good. It's very, very good. It will help us. Yeah.
Water bill, I believe it has come down a bit because last 2 months I paid almost 80 something. And today I went to pay about 75 Ghana cedis.
So it has reduced?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay.
It does look like everybody is heading towards a particular direction, and that direction is a reduction. Well, we'll see how it goes.